some nice deer here in upstate New York. So that's a fitting way to start this video. Really no purpose to this video except for chasing the sunset. So I might have already missed it because it's probably like 8:30 p.m. closing in close to 9. July 4th here in the northern part of the country. It tends to stay lighter out later. We're just gonna go on what's supposed to be a leisurely cruise, but can't resist the uphill wheelie every once in a while. And we're just gonna go enjoy some of these nice back roads here as we're coming into darkness. Maybe test out my new light system there. I installed these rock crawling lights basically, which are kind of meant for like rock crawling jeeps and stuff in the desert, but they're just 12-volt lights, so kind of hooked them up to an auxiliary switch here and installed them on the monkey. I had them on the trail, the same exact light system, and I really liked the way they work, so I had 2 extras, so I decided to install them on the monkey as well. And you can see the installation process in one of my other videos. It's not really that hard. The hardest part is figuring out how to mount them, really. Just pick up some wire and one of these switches from Amazon and the appropriate connectors, and you're all set to go. You can wire in a basic circuit, just positive and negatives. The hardest part is finding the power source and ground source from the monkey. So it's pretty easy, and I outline that in my my installation video. So I'm gonna enjoy some of these pristine, freshly repaved roads here, and just have a nice little evening cruise and see how these lights work. Hope you guys enjoy it just as much as I am. That is Okuaga Lake. It's actually where they filmed, I think, parts of 2 episodes of the show The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, or Mavel, Marvelous Mrs. Mavel, I think. It's an Amazon show about the lady that's a female comedian back in the old days, and she's touring like the Catskill region doing her comedy shows, and they used an old resort. It's about 150 years old, a lakeside resort here called Scott's Family Lakeside Resort, or Lakeside Lake House, Scott's Family Lake House, and we might actually go check that out. I passed right by it, but the building in which they filmed the show at had fell down recently, so maybe we'll sneak in there and can see where that was filmed, and that'd be kind of a pretty cool little thing too. So the closest town to where we're at is Deposit, New York, and this area is called Okuaga Lake. So that lake out there is actually Okuaga Lake, and there's houses that line the border of it. So this is one of the roads that feeds those houses, and they recently repaved it. When I was a kid, this road was just horrendous, and I'd be afraid to ride a motorcycle on it, but now this has got to be one of the best motorcycling roads I've ever been on. So I'm just enjoying it right now. And I was gonna chase the sunset, go to a mountaintop, see if the sun was setting, but I'm afraid I might have missed that already, but we'll still try. But I'm kind of now curious to see if we can check out where that show was filmed, show you guys kind of how dilapidated and run down the place was. And it was kind of a mystery to me as to why they chose to film there, until of course you see the resort. Golf car cruise. Yo yo. Alright, so here it is coming up. This is the Scott's Lakeside, and here, this is where they filmed the show for 2 episodes at least, The Marvelous Mrs. Mabel. And this is like a lakeside resort here, and this is where the building was where they filmed it. So they did the shot facing the building from the lake, and she was kind of just walking by it, and it was like this old Catskills resort from the you know, the well, this resort area was built in well, it's 150 years old, so 1860s, 1870s, I guess. And one family owned the whole thing, and it's obviously kind of like was in disrepair for a really long time. And when I was a kid, my parents used to take me to this main building over here for ice cream, and it's it doesn't look too much different than when they used to take me here for ice cream, honestly. But it's kind of a historic, old school Catskills looking kind of vibe to it. Dark wood shingle place, but everything's kind of falling apart. And people would stay here. This is a pretty hot resort place, pretty big destination for people to come up from New York City and experience the upper part of the Catskills. And they'd stay in these lodge rooms over here, and they would do old-timey things like listen to music and dance, and go down by the lake and swim in the fresh water of Okuaga Lake and enjoy some water sports. You know, probably back then there wasn't too many outboards out on this lake, but now there is. But it's kind of cool. See this like old Catskill sort of remnants here. It's a shame that this building fell down, but it was in such bad disrepair that it fell down all on its own. It wasn't even knocked down, so kind of interesting. Maybe we can take a little peek down here. We'll go under the gazebo where this little thing, it almost looks like a wedding chapel or something. And yeah, this is definitely looks like the basement or something over here. That's definitely where the house was. You can see the rock wall. It was probably how the basement of it was. And down here there was something, I don't know. I really didn't spend much time here as a kid, but I'll link to the episodes, maybe put some screenshots up on what it looked like in the show, maybe visualize what it looked like. Really cool though. Kind of interesting little thing that we pass by every time I go on a ride, and always wanted to stop in and see what it's about. Alright, so pretty neat. Scott's family lake house, what used to be, and it's the property's been sold, I think, to a Los Angeles attorney, and the locals say that he bought it with it in mind to renovate it and turn it into another destination, or a destination once again. And the rumor goes that, we'll actually go over this way a little bit. The rumor goes is that he sent one of his designers out here, and she said, okay, yeah, definitely Catskills. Old, see there's a deer over there laying down. Definitely old Catskills, got the vibe, it's got the look. And he bought it, and then after buying it, he's like, calls the guy that he bought it from, say, hey, how do I turn the heat on in here? And he's like, heat? Well, we don't have any heat in those buildings. And he's like, what? So I think the whole thing, and these were like cottages that you can rent, and that was like a little 9-hole golf course back there. Actually, it was still used when I was a kid. You know, there was people playing golf out there and stuff. Somebody obviously, no, somebody doesn't live there. It's caution taped off. So these were like cottages and stuff that you would, it says for rent here. But vacation rental. So I don't know if anybody's renting that for their vacation, but yeah, this is all part of the old little golf course. They had like activities and stuff out there. Obviously people still spend some time here because there's chairs and whatnot, campfire material, so nobody's here today, and it looks like it goes down to the lake here. Might be a little rustic lake ramp. Stop aquatic hitchhikers. What does that mean? Oh, stop the transport of invasive species. Alright, so no jet skis on Okuaga Lake. Boating rules. So this is like a little ramp. Pretty cool. I never knew there's a little boat ramp here. People come down here and hang out. This must be part of that vacation rental. So, ooh, this is quite beautiful. So, I'm actually gonna snap a picture here with my phone. This is really, really nice looking. Turn off my auxiliaries there. Kind of nice. I wonder if you do that panoramic deal. You got to do it like that. You can never hold these things straight. Crossing the line, crossing the line. Don't go too fast. Slow down, it says. Panoramic complete. Pretty cool. Looks like there's a little party barge out there right now. That's interesting. Floating pagoda or something. Really nice. Really nice glimpse of like what upstate New York and the Catskills vibe has to offer. Some pretty exquisite houses on this lake too. I think a lot of well-to-do people from down in the metro area of New York have places up here. I know one of the houses was rumored to have been owned by somebody important from New York City. Maybe like a police chief or something like that. I do not know. But this whole resort area covers a lot of ground up here in deposit in this area. So whoever bought it definitely grabbed a lot of land. But what to do with it, I don't know. I mean, you could do golf courses, but it seems like this grass isn't really the right kind of grass for golf courses now. It's kind of sad because this area, it's naturally beautiful, and there's so many good opportunities. This mailbox says Scott, so that was probably one of the owners. One of the family actually lived there, one of the Scott family. So yeah, it's a shame because there's a lot of natural beauty up here in this area, but what do you really do with it? I mean, there's excellent dual sporting roads, trail riding opportunities, snowmobiling in the winter, but it's about 3.5 hours, 3 hours from New York City. It's about 3.5 hours from Long Island. It's right across the Pennsylvania border, so it's kind of out in the middle of nowhere, and it's almost too far for people from the metro areas to want to commute to, traffic being so bad anymore. But if there was some sort of off-road presence here, like, you know, like a private off-road trail system, kind of like the Hatfield-McCoy trails in West Virginia, or even an off-road park or something, you know, and it's a big area for fly fishing on the Delaware River. So there's a lot of people there that would come here if it were properly, and there's some beautiful places like that up there. There's a lot of people that would probably come here if they knew about it and they had the opportunity to experience what it has to offer, but it just doesn't seem like anything can really get a foothold up here. So it's kind of sad in a way, 'cause I kind of grew up here most of my life, living in Long Island. My mom would take me up here to our cabin, and I would spend a lot of weekends up here in the summer as a kid. And I didn't do this. I've only been able to ride around these roads on a motorcycle as an adult. But if I lived up here full time, I would definitely have something a little bit more cruisable, definitely a better dual sport. And this trip this week has kind of made me reconsider my motorcycle plans, because I mean, the Monkey's fun, but it's really a play bike. It's a neighborhood bike. So I'm not sure. But you know what? I want to do a top speed run here. There's something weird about these roads up here. I was only able to get to 58 miles an hour. This is like close to a 70-mile-an-hour bike. I really don't understand why it's struggling to get over 60 miles an hour down that hill. I only got the trail 125 up to 58 miles an hour on that hill too. It's very weird. Well, I'm really scattered in this conversation here. So let's try to refocus on what I was talking about, chasing this sunset. So I'm gonna go by another little lakeside retreat. These are like little lake houses, lake cabins and stuff. Pretty beautiful as well. This is more where more or less where people have a little lake house that they come to on the weekends. I don't know if these are so much far away out of towners or more locals that maybe live in Binghamton or Syracuse or something and come down this way for the weekends, kind of like I did with our cabin when I was a kid in Long Island. So they had a mega fireworks thing going on here last night. It was just insanely loud. Alright, so coming up to my sunset spot, and I think I've missed a sunset, but still a beautiful sky. So we'll come up to the crest of this hill, have a quick looky. Oh, looks like there's a jet stream up there, or is it a chemtrail? Oh, conspiracy theories come together. Yep, definitely missed my sunset, but nice view of the surrounding mountains. So we just got the lake, and now we got the mountains. And I need to turn around because I'm on the bottom side of a crest. Do a wheelie up the hill. Back home at the cabin. Hope you guys enjoy everything I'm doing on the channel. Let me know what you think, and really appreciate your time and watching. And I hope that you guys liked it so much as to hit a like, subscribe, or even send me one of those thank you things that YouTube is doing now. So, alright everyone, thanks again, and we are going to shoot off fireworks because it's 4th of July. See you next time.